The Bird That Sang in Color, written by Grace Mattioli, narrated by Grace Mattioli. What pictures will you have of yourself by the end of your life? By pictures, I mean drawings, not photographs. A photograph is easy. A drawing is earned. I begun contemplating this question only in recent years, but once I started, I couldn't stop, and these days I'm always seeing my life in pictures. For this, I thank my brother Vincent. He taught me how to untie my hands so that I could be free to draw. He taught me to draw my own pictures instead of copying somebody else's. He taught me to use markers because colorful pictures are better than those that blend into the background. And with his unintentional guidance, I made some really great drawings in the style of his own art that hangs on my walls. I look up at it and remember a long ago time when he and I sat in his old room in our old house listening to albums. It was before I devised the great plan that would become my life. A time before Frank, my children, my grandchildren. Before I went to college and before I taught in college. It was when I could see the world for what it is and my brother in all his humble greatness. Chapter 1, 1970. The Golden Garden Bird of Peace were the words painted on the wall in Vincent's room. I thought Dad would have painted over them because he couldn't stand all that hippie crap. Beside the words hung a bunch of paintings he made. He painted trees, mountains, rivers, flowers, and people with real-life expressions that made them more than just pictures. They were alive and they told stories. Some of his paintings were abstract, my favorite being one that looked like a kaleidoscope with no beginning and no end, and colors that bounced off the canvas like a beautiful neon sign sparkling against a black sky. I could stare at it all day. I went between staring at it and the album cover before me, Let It Be by the Beatles. Vincent sat by the record player dressed in his usual Levi's t-shirt and Converse high tops, bent toward the revolving album, listening intently, his head of black curly hair moving back and forth, his right foot tapping the hardwood floor, keeping rhythm with the Fab Four. Finally, he turned his head away from the stereo and said to me, "I can't believe this is it." His face was serious and gloomy, and I didn't know what he was talking about, but I pretended that I did because I never let my cool down around Vincent. It was because of him I knew so much about rock and roll, which made me pretty sure I was the coolest 8th grade girl in the whole town and possibly in the whole state of New Jersey. "I know," I said seriously. I just never thought the Beatles would break up." He shook his head with just...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?